Welcome back to LinkedIn Logs. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the premier LinkedIn Influencer podcast for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Welcome in. Episode 8 of LinkedIn Logs, of the podcast where I try to become a LinkedIn influencer and maybe some other things as the theme song fades out. And as I turn the knob back higher. Get in the focus, camera. Hi, welcome in. Welcome back. You know what? I gotta tell you, there's been no movement on any front, jobular or otherwise, for ya boy here. As I speak, I'm going through my emails. In fact, I've gotten more interview requests for C Plus Comedy in the past week that I've gotten for the website and for my personal life ever. There was at one point when 8 months into not having a job, a couple years ago when I was let go from Bounce TV, that horrid hellscape over at EW Scripts, I hire me. There was one point where I didn't have anything, and then that September, and I was working for $11 an hour for 39 hours a week at a cleaners, which was the single-handedly one of the most disgusting jobs I ever had, and dry cleaners, and then at one point I had like 4 interviews, and they all wanted me, and I was so excited. And I had to turn 3 down for 1 that would eventually would not renew my contract. And here I am, wishing I had those offers yet again. Gotta tell you, it still sucks. But it's all worth it when somebody says, "Oh, you'll get something soon, there, buddy." Definitely. I have allergies. They're very strong and powerful. And that stinks. What else? What have I done this week? I gotta tell you, nothing. I have not done a thing for the week, with the exception of apply to. Now the jobs are actually drying up. There aren't many even things to apply to, which is interesting to see. And by interesting, I mean it pisses me off. I mean, in the past week, I've applied to 2. Not week. Let's say starting this past Monday, I've applied to 2 versus last week where I applied to 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is all on LinkedIn. That's not to say that there haven't been other places. Let's see. I've been denied some jobs. I have been denied some other jobs. I can't tell which one this is. To change. Oh, I applied to a game show because hey man, you got to reach for something. Fernbank Museum told me no. Who else? AV Services Inc. told me no. Also, they made me take. There was like a 20-minute test, and I said no. I'm not doing that for AV Services Inc. Why should I take a 20-minute test for something I've done before? I'm not doing that. It's insane. Over there on Indeed. That might be why they said no. I don't care. I mean, I'm not taking a 20-minute test for a 15-an-hour job because I'm better than that. Athletic Greens told me no. And then there's a handful of websites I have in my work folder for on Google Chrome. Warner, Disney, Paramount, Fox Broadcasting. So far, Warner has stopped putting up jobs. Disney, there's nothing except for parks jobs. Paramount, I've applied to everything I could there. And Fox, I've applied to everything I could there. Like I said, hey, I'll put my head down at Fox. They want me to lie about Dominion? Hell, I'll lie about Dominion. That producer for Tucker Carlson is suing the company because they asked her to, and a bunch of other women producers to lie for Fox, and they're trying to set, and she's alleging that they're trying to set up all of these women for taking the fall. And I think I read that Sidney Powell was on the network talking about the same thing, and it just it's so funny. It's like, well, I mean, like you got look, you did it. You probably did it. You took the check, you took the checks. You still got paid. Oh, Fox. What would we do without you? Probably have happier lives. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. There's nothing on Glassdoor, nothing on Indeed. I'm out of ideas, which has led me to get back to the one place that I'm pretty sure I can make some money, and that is OnlyFans. If you're watching the video, you just saw me pop up OnlyFans. I've not done anything, but they have. Last night I was gonna record this episode yesterday, the day that it's supposed to come out on Tuesdays, and it's tough. But I was gonna record the episode, and then I didn't, because I went to OnlyFans because I was gonna do an OnlyFans check-in, and I saw that it needs a verification process for 24 to 72 hours. And I was thinking, just Jiminy Christmas, what is this? If you're watching the video, you can definitely see a video I uploaded of myself. And we'll get to that in a second. I said, all right, well, I mean, I guess I have to wait. So here we are. Yes, it is true. I did upload a video of myself. It is me shirtless with the weights from my Schwinn IC4 Peloton bike majig, and they're 3 pounds. and there's no reason I should have them, but I thought it'd be great to show how strong I could be with my shirt off. So let's do the OnlyFans check-in, and let's see what this video is about. I don't know if I can play the audio through OBS. In fact, let's see. Audio input capture. Okay. And no, I can't add the audio. Be notes to me. Be notes. Let me try one more thing. Audio output capture. This is great. I definitely should continue doing this as I record the show, and instead I should figure things out live on the spot instead of actually doing things the right way. It's simply the greatest and smartest thing I could possibly do. But you know what? We gotta fill at least 20 minutes. Oh my God, can you believe? I have to give myself limits. Okay, whatever. Well, all right. So here we go. Let's check this out. Let's see the video and see myself in all my glory. I'm going to go full screen. Here we go. Wait. It's me flexing, doing a lot of flexing. I don't know if you can hear this, but it's me talking to the mirror. I have this long-standing mirror. Oh, wow. It has onlyfans.com/ChadBlackWhite. Just a little tag. A lot of flexing here. All right, that's what that was. It was a great video. I don't know how it turned out on the audio front. In fact, I can tell you that I did not hear it through my microphone, so I tried to give it some commentary as much as possible. And that's the first OnlyFans post. You see, I've not touched it since the day I uploaded something. Since the day I started the thing, for fear of clicking the home button and going to that home screen where there are, I don't know, I don't have any subscriptions here, but yeah, that's it. That's the OnlyFans account so far. for now. Hopefully we'll get some followers over there, so they can see me do some shirtless things. In fact, I talked to a comedian, Ginny Zagrino, who helped finance her latest special by using scantily clad photos on OnlyFans. No nudes, just scantily clad ones. And I've actually had this discussion with several women. You can just post feet, cleavage. It doesn't have to be nude. It doesn't have to be anything. It could just be you in a t-shirt. You in a t-shirt and some pants. And these freaks will buy it. There you go. OnlyFans.com/ChadBlackWhite. Let's get rid of that. And then now I want to get into something that is near and dear to my heart, something that pisses me off: fake job listings. Now I've come across my fair share of fake job listings over the past couple of years, and more so when the pandemic happened, like in the highest heights of pandemonium. There were people taking advantage of the PPP loans and taxes and whatnot, and one of the biggest things that people took advantage of happened to be job listings, and you would see news stories about it, fake job listings, popping up left and right on LinkedIn, Indeed, on these career sites where people need to make money and need to make their jobs and everything, and it is important. It's imperative that we find a good differentiating, way to wean these out, because now that like these fake things are going from emails to phone calls to now to job listings, people are going to be able to fall susceptible to it. It's become, LinkedIn has now become Craigslist in some way. I'm sorry if I sound stuffed up. My allergies are getting the best of me, and I have to breathe through my mouth. There was at one point on Monday night, I was sitting and watching TV an hour before bed. It's like 8 o'clock. And I was sitting and watching TV, and my nose just truly stopped working, and I could not breathe. And I was like, this is going to kill me. I'm going to die tonight. I cannot breathe at all. I'd sit there breathing through my mouth like a real Southern gentleman. All these attacks at the South. Okay. I will tell you my background with fake job listings. I can see the cat in the background. What are you doing? I can tell you my experience with fake job listings. Let's see, how long ago was this? Maybe 2 years ago, when I was definitely, or 2.5 years ago, when I was definitely looking in the middle of that 8-month period where I didn't have anything, and I was let go from EW Scripts, that terrible hellscape. I applied to, there were job listings for CryLeak, and it was for video producer, and essentially, I guess what the job was, you you shoot video for the agents, I guess, or whatever. What it just seems so legit, because basically, if you go to LinkedIn right now, you can see plenty of jobs that have the similar posting, in that it goes, here's the job, and then here's a copy and paste from the website, and that's essentially what it was. And they had multiple, like, let's say 10 to 15 different CryLeak, not just video producer, but like listing agent and B2B specialist and all this stuff. And I applied for the video producer position, and then I was contacted by somebody represented as a CryLeak, and representing CryLeak rather. They sent me like a test. I filled out this test. It was like 20 questions. Now that I think about it, basically all asking us, I wonder if I have the email. Let's see. I'll go to my email and look it up. But it was essentially all, the typical stuff. But at one point, I found it, because I keep everything. Yeah, it said it was a video editor job. Wow. It's a good thing I keep everything, for purposes. Okay, so I was emailed by a woman calling herself Barbara Adair, and they BCC'd me on this email. For one thing, I should have. Well, I mean, the email looks legit. Anyway, the second thing, for the real one thing, I should have seen that the email that they referred me to, they saying that I will be contacted to, what would be just a generic email essentially. This is April 13th, 2021, for my virtual screening test / interview between the hours of 10 and 6. So I get. I mean, the things look fairly legit. I just wish I'd paid more attention. So I got this thing, and then they send me the employment letter 3 days later. That was the 13th. The application where they sent me the, hey, we got your application. 3 days later, they send me an offer letter, and I take the test. Rather, I take the test because hiring desk, this thing emailed me, and it emails me of a giant, or a one paragraph copy and paste, and then I respond with some things, and then it sends me the test, and it has 18 questions. That again, it looks fairly legit, and then they sent me like this copy paste. We'll start you at $65 per hour, which was a big lie. Well, I mean, which is at that point I was like, no, that's a little too high. They had online training via Skype. They said, oh, we're gonna send you a check for 3,000. Let's see, how much money was it? Let's see. They said, and at one point they stopped talking to me. And then I'm the one who doubled back in. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Because I wanted to see how far this could go. They sent me a check, and they sent me a check, and then they were like, "Okay, let's do some onboarding." And then I got the employment offer letter, and they sent me a check in order to buy all of these things, including an iMac Pro, multiple dual monitors, hard drives, and all this stuff. And the check was I think like $6,000, something like that. And then what I should have done, what I wanted to do, what I thought was the smartest thing to do, was now in hindsight, was take that check to a cash pawn place. That would have been so funny. Is that they lose this money. Anyway, and then I send an email back because I have the check, and I send an email back, and I go, hey, am I going to talk to somebody soon? And then they stop talking to me. And I should have just taken that check to a cash for pawn place. Oh, and also they sent me an ID.me verification thing where I had to do some type of verification, whatchamacallit. Which was super, super legit itself, because it was the ID.me verification website that I've used multiple times for different, like, it's a government website that I've used for other jobs, and this is the guy. So I did the verification. I'm doing the thing. You have to pick up your phone, and it records your face, and it scans your face and everything, and it scans your driver's license too, I think. And I did it and didn't take the first time, and so I called, and they gave me a number. I was like, if you can't do it, then call this number. And I called the number, and this guy with an African accent picks up and he goes, "What?" And I go, "Hello." He's like sleeping. He's like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Hey, the ID.me is not working." He's like, "What?" And I go, "The ID.me, the verify.me, it's not scanning my face." He's like, "Hold on." And then he disappears for like 30 seconds. He goes, "Try again." And I tried it again, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, it works." All right, bye. Yeah, it just hangs up. Anyway, I should have stolen that money. It would have helped me out in the long run, but I did not. But now I want to talk about, this comes from T. Ping Chen over at Wall Street Journal. Job listings around abound, but many are fake. Let me just pop up. If you're watching the video, you see the article now on screen. Something I don't do for the constitutionals because I don't need to. It's so now we're in this job market. There are about 10.8 million jobs opened in January, and we're seeing some companies pull back, do some layoffs, as well as pull back on hiring. They're posting jobs, but they're not hiring. For some reason, we see a bunch of job postings all over the place, but they're not. What gives? No one's getting contacted except for the morons on LinkedIn that have the idea to post for. I've been out of a job for 3 days, but now I'm happy to share that I'm moving on to a new horizon. I just signed a contract. You friggin' jerk offs. Yeah, I mean that. I do mean it. I don't care. There are plenty of hiring managers who have said that they've advertised jobs, but they're not actively trying to fill. Close to half of the 1,000 hiring managers that they surveyed last summer said they kept the ads up to give the impression the company was growing, according to Clarify Capital, a small business loan provider behind a study. 27% of those 1,000 hiring managers reported having job postings for more than 4 months, which I have seen. Which is I mean these what they're calling ghost jobs is it's one of the most infuriating things, because we have to, like, as people who are seeking jobs, whether you have a job or not, you think that, like, you see this, it's like a Pavlovian response. You automatically think, hey, this is for me. I'm finally going to get something. This works perfectly for me. But then they go around and hire the person that they laid off from the original position, or they are not actually hiring. Both of which things have happened to me in the last 2 weeks. If I was hired to positions that I was laid off from, I'd have 5 or 6 jobs right now. Some jobs ads may be more wishful thinking than others, says Vincent Babcock, a Nashville, Tennessee-based recruiter. Such a strategy, he says, risks turning off applicants who may view the ads as misleading. And I mean, I see that a company isn't that, or that they're posting these ghost jobs, and that does deter me from wanting to work with that company in the future. And then, you do the thing where you reach out to people on LinkedIn or via email or whatever, and they just don't respond, like many of the recruiters at Warner Bros. Discovery. And and you reach out to those people, and because I've been told my entire life, this is how you get a job. You go, you knock on the front door, and you beg them. Like, that's like, truly, that's how I've been told. Like, you just, like, hey, just go to the door and ask, hey, do you know somebody? Can you talk to somebody? Like, I mean, that only works for a certain subset of people that are liked. I didn't say anything to you, Google. All right. There's a Google Home next to me. Max. Okay. I splurged. They discontinued making it 4 years ago. An employer that hasn't been collecting resumes along the way might have fewer people to choose from from when jobs open and need to be filled quickly. Many college seniors look for jobs from April to June, noting that and some companies don't want to miss out on the talent just because they didn't have immediate roles open. Again, if you're leaving college and you immediately land a job, you're such a lucky person. Like, I know people who've never struggled a day in their life to pay a bill. They've had everything taken care of from day one. They land a job as soon as they graduate, and they've never struggled since. And they've never been in danger of struggling, which is unfortunate, because I think everybody should work a crappy waiter job and work in retail and just be mad at the world. Anyway, ghost jobs or ghost ads for jobs are just horrible, horrible, horrible inconveniences for this current job market, for any job market, really. Whenever I see a job on like LinkedIn or something and it was recently posted, or even, I mean, truly, if I just see a job on LinkedIn, I will go and I will see, it'll say something along the lines of, let me go to jobs here on LinkedIn. And all right, so if you're watching the video, you'll see me point. It says 12 applicants for this associate producer, which I can't even apply to because I'm so friggin' experienced, apparently. But it'll say like posted a week ago. There's 12 applicants. Okay, well, see where I compare with those 12 applicants for, I don't have premium, but and I look at it, and if that, usually that says like 40 applicants or 120. It just doesn't make sense for me to waste time on applying to that type of job because it just doesn't work. Like I know I'll never get that. And you can say, but you have to try. That's not going to help. That's not going to help. Like trying and doing, there's different ways of trying and doing, and I know that way is a way that does not work. Every month, Indeed removes millions of job postings that don't meet its standards from the website, including inactive job postings. Indeed says it has recently seen more employers dial back their recruiting efforts. Job postings on the site have fallen 11% since the start of 2023. That's not, what bank or what company is going to LinkedIn and Indeed and Glassdoor and saying, hey, Paramount's posting jobs, that means they're doing well. I mean, if anything, I would just look at their books and say, or see the output, like, hey, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is doing well. They announced Good Burger, or did well. They announced Good Burger 2. Look, Paramount's doing fine. Anyway, to avoid ghost ads, Scott Dabrowski, Vice President of Communications at the job site Indeed, recommends looking for detailed job descriptions. More specifics, such as schedules or a clear list of responsibilities, might indicate that an employer is serious. He also advises checking the timestamp on ads to ensure they were posted recently. Yeah, I never go for one that was posted 3 weeks ago, because at that point they're not really looking. With the exception of, I applied to a WABE and at one point, and I applied to many jobs there, but after bugging them for months, they finally got back to me on one about 3 years ago. And I've never applied again. That place sucks balls. All right, anyway. God, I'm just burning down all types of bridges. But I think you really have to hold. I'm holding companies' feet to the fire, and if that means I'm a friggin' martyr for not being able to get a job, then so be it. It happens to be. Sorry, I was just checking something. If you watched the video, you saw the window pop up for a hot second. It just happens to be like one of the most frustrating experiences, because everybody seems to have a solution, yet they're all wrong, especially people who can go move about anywhere that they need to at this point in time. You never know. You're never in somebody's shoes, and I just wish that people would understand that they don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. I'm not saying I do. I'm not saying I'm right about anything or everything. It just so happens I'm in the position right now, and I fully understand. If Ethan Hunt has to save a world from a group of terrorists, you're not gonna pick me up. I'm not gonna be like, Ethan, you got to do this, because he knows what he has to do. I can't wait for the next Mission Impossible movies. God, wouldn't it have been great to work on those? All right, listen, that's all I got for this week's episode of LinkedIn Logs / OnlyFan. Only Chad. Listen, if you like what you heard here, we got other podcasts. We've got Late Night Lately, which is the late night show. Wait, the late night show podcast, where I talk about the best things that happen in late night for the week. It's a great show. I do a monologue. I write jokes. It's all so very funny. And then there's also the premier podcast, The Constitutionals, which is the entertainment business news podcast where I take a bunch of stories, and I talk about them, and there's that. If you want to see video versions of these shows, head to youtube.com/C+comedy. You can also watch our other show, News Time. It's like The Daily Show, except way less funny. That's coming back again soon, hopefully. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, @C+comedy. OnlyFans. All that stuff at Chad Black White. OnlyFans at Chad Black White if you want to subscribe. Write a review on your favorite podcast app. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get some things going. And look, I'm not gonna badmouth every job I've ever had, but I'm kind of in a pissy mood. So, all right, bye.